Good evening. The U.S. launched new airstrikes tonight in the Middle East, the day after the U.S. launched a campaign to strike back at groups that have been targeting Americans and American interests in the region. Today, we got our first images of the destruction from last night's attacks. You can see the explosions in the distance, and you can see the extensive damage up close. The strikes tonight targeting missile sites in Yemen, where Iran-backed militias have been firing on commercial ships. The strikes last night allegedly killing soldiers and civilians across Syria and Iraq, according to officials there. The campaign could last for weeks, a response to the American soldiers killed in Jordan earlier this week and the hundreds of smaller attacks that preceded that. Our reporters are spread out across the region. We begin tonight with Courtney Kube, who is the only journalist on board the Navy ship that launched today's attack inside Yemen. Courtney?
The U.S. and British military conducted strikes against Houthi rebels in Yemen tonight, launching more than 24 aircraft from here, the USS Dwight D. Eisenhower in the Red Sea. This is the second night in a row that aircraft from the Eisenhower have targeted the Iranian-backed Houthi rebels. Earlier today, the U.S. struck an anti-ship cruise missile in Yemen that they deemed presented an imminent threat. Defense officials say tonight's strikes are not part of Operation Prosperity Guardian, a coalition working to defend ships against these Houthi attacks. U.S. destroyers, including the USS Gravely, also targeted the Houthis tonight, firing Tomahawk missiles. We traveled to the USS Mason today, where they demonstrated the split-second decision-making necessary to shoot down an incoming missile. In this scenario, launching a Standard missile to intercept the threat. Despite other strikes by the U.S. and British militaries in recent weeks, the Houthis have continued to target commercial and military ships. And so far tonight, no response from the Houthis.